Major characters in the Lekki Headmaster. Bepo, Adewale Adebepo. Adewale Adebepo, popularly known as the Lekki Headmaster, is the heart of the story. A respected educator with more than 20 years of service at Stardom Schools, Bepo is admired for his wisdom, patience, and deep concern for students' development. His leadership style blends discipline with empathy. Students love him for his humor, especially when he imitates characters from the old television drama Village Headmaster. Teachers respect him because he listens before making decisions. Yet beneath this confident exterior lies a man burdened by an emotional dilemma, whether to remain loyal to the school he helped build or relocate abroad to reunite with his family. His internal conflict is captured in one of his reflective moments. A man can build a school with his sweat, yet still find himself called away by the quiet voice of family. When he breaks down during the morning assembly, the entire school is shocked because he has always appeared emotionally composed. Another thought that reveals his struggle is, migration is not simply the crossing of borders. It is the crossing of the heart between what one loves and what one must do. Through Bepo, the novel explores the emotional cost of leadership and the personal sacrifices behind migration. Mrs. Ibidun Gloss. Mrs. Ibidun Gloss is the managing director and the most powerful administrative figure at Stardom Schools. As the daughter of the founder, she carries both the privilege and the burden of preserving the institution's legacy. She is decisive, protective of the school's reputation, and often uncompromising when she senses danger to the institution. Her suspicion about the cooperative society's growing financial power leads to one of the most memorable metaphors in the story. Allowing this to continue is like hanging a snake in the roof and going to bed. One day it will fall. Her statement reveals both her fear of betrayal and her instinct for institutional survival. Yet her character also shows humility when she realizes she dismissed a teacher based on a misunderstanding. Mrs. Grace Apeh. She is the administrative stabilizer vice principal of Stardom Schools. Mrs. Grace Apeh represents calm leadership. When Bepo breaks down during the assembly, she immediately steps forward and restores order. Her actions demonstrate her steady and practical approach to administration. Rather than panic, she focuses on maintaining the school's structure and discipline. At the moment of crisis, she quietly reassures the staff. The students must not see confusion. Order first, questions later. Her calm demeanor makes her an essential pillar in the school's leadership structure. Chief David Aje. He is the founder of Stardom Schools. Chief David Aje is the visionary who founded Stardom Schools. Though he does not appear frequently in everyday administrative matters, his presence is deeply felt through the institution he built. His philosophy about education shaped the values of the school. He is remembered for a principle he often repeated. A school is not merely buildings and classrooms. It is a garden where the future of a nation is cultivated. This belief continues to influence the management and culture of Stardom Schools. Mr. Jeremiah Amos. He is the accountant at Stardom Schools. He is the financial gatekeeper. Mr. Jeremiah Amos is the careful and observant accountant responsible for managing the school's finances. His role becomes particularly important when suspicions arise about the staff cooperative society. He represents logic and financial transparency in a system sometimes driven by emotions and assumptions. When questioned about the cooperative funds, his calm explanation helps clarify the situation. The records are clear. The cooperative belongs to the staff, and the vehicles were purchased through loans approved by its members. His presence underscores the importance of accountability in institutional management. 6. Mr. Fafour. He is the symbol of professional vulnerability. Mr. Fafour is an English teacher whose career nearly collapses because of a simple grammar misunderstanding. A parent claims that the sentence written in a student's notebook is incorrect. Ade as well as Jide comes early. The complaint leads to his sudden dismissal before any proper verification. Later, when the rule is clarified, Bepo explains, when subjects are joined by, as well as, the verb agrees with the first subject. Therefore, the sentence is correct. The moment reveals how quickly professional reputations can be damaged by misunderstanding. Mr. Fafour's experience illustrates the fragile reality of teaching in environments where parental pressure can influence administrative decisions. Mr. I.B. Ignatius. He is parent and oil firm manager. Mr. Ibidun Ignatius appears as a respected professional planning to relocate abroad with his family. However, during the visa application process, a DNA test reveals that one of the children, Favor, is not biologically his. The discovery shatters the family and leads to visa denial. His reaction reflects the emotional devastation of the moment. All these years, and the truth was hiding in my own house. His story introduces the darker side of migration dreams. How the process can expose hidden personal conflicts. Sola. Sola is the former home economics teacher. She is the voice of migration experience. Sola once taught at Stardom Schools, but relocated to the United Kingdom with her husband. Her experience becomes an important source of guidance for Bepo as he considers migration. Unlike the exaggerated success stories often associated with relocation, Sola offers a balanced perspective. She reminds Bepo, life abroad rewards effort, but it also demands sacrifice before comfort. Her testimony reinforces one of the novel's key themes, that migration is neither a guaranteed success nor an inevitable failure, but a journey shaped by resilience and preparation. Concluding reflection. Through these characters, the Lekki Headmaster explores the complex intersection of leadership, migration, education, and human vulnerability. As Bepo reflects on the unfolding events around him, one thought captures the essence of the story. Schools teach lessons in classrooms, but life writes its own lessons in the hearts of those who lead them. Minor characters in the Lekki Headmaster. Mr. Adu. Mr. Adu is a lively and witty teacher whose humor often relieves tension among staff members. Known for his sharp observations and ability to lighten serious situations, he becomes particularly memorable during the tense meeting concerning Mr. Fafor's dismissal. When the atmosphere grows heavy after the grammar rule is confirmed, Mr. Adu diffuses the embarrassment with a playful remark that restores laughter in the room. Grammar has rescued a man's career today. Perhaps we should start teaching it in staff meetings. His presence reminds readers that humor can sometimes repair what authority has strained. Owing to the involvement of Mr. Bepo in conflict resolution among the teachers in Stardom School, Mr. Adu nicknamed him the Lekki Headmaster. Mr. Ibidun. Mr. Ibidun serves as the game's master responsible for sports and physical activities at Stardom Schools. He is energetic, practical, and deeply committed to student discipline through athletics. He believes that education must extend beyond the classroom. A school that teaches only the mind forgets that character is also built on the field. Though not deeply involved in administrative decisions, he contributes to the school's vibrant student life. Mrs. Ignatius. Mrs. Ignatius becomes a tragic figure in the story when a DNA test conducted during the family's visa application process exposes a devastating secret. Her desperate phone call to Bepo reveals the emotional turmoil that follows the discovery. Her voice on the phone carries the weight of fear and regret. Sir, everything has collapsed. I do not even know where to begin. Her situation exposes the fragile foundations beneath some migration dreams. Mr. Isoro. Mr. Isoro is a teacher whose distinct tribal marks make him easily recognizable among students. Unfortunately, those same marks become the basis of a strange complaint when a student, BB, claims to see him in disturbing dreams. The school management transfers him out of the classroom to avoid parental conflict, illustrating how fragile a teacher's professional stability can be. His quiet disappointment reflects the injustice he experiences. Sometimes a teacher is judged not by what he does, but by what others imagine. He was also nicknamed Mr. Awala by the students of Stardom because of his apparent tribal marks. Mrs. Mary Ladile. Mrs. Mary Ladile is the concerned parent who reports her daughter's dreams about Mr. Isoro to the school management. Though she believes she is protecting her child, her complaint contributes to the teacher's removal from the classroom. Her reaction demonstrates how parental fears can influence administrative decisions in private schools. Mr. Ogo. Mr. Ogo appears in connection with Bepo's earlier attempt to establish his own school, Fruitful Future. As a parent from the surrounding community, he represents the economic realities that ultimately forced the school to close. His honest remark captures the community's limitation. Your school is good, sir, but many of us cannot afford the fees. He suggested the fetish means to attract more students to the school, Fruitful Future School owned by Bepo and his friend. Through him, The narrative reveals the difficulties of educational entrepreneurship in underserved areas. He was later arrested for murdering a woman who had been barren for 7 years and came to meet for spiritual consultation. Tai, passport agent. Tai is a resourceful passport agent who assists individuals navigating Nigeria's often complicated travel documentation processes. He embodies the informal network of intermediaries that many Nigerians rely upon when preparing to travel abroad. His pragmatic advice to Bepo reflects his experience. In this country, patience and connections move papers faster than complaints. Mr. Gouda, parent. Mr. Gouda is the parent whose complaint about a grammar sentence nearly destroys Mr. Fafor's career. Convinced that the sentence, Ade as well as Jide comes early, is incorrect, he storms into the managing director's office demanding immediate action. His confidence reflects the growing influence that some parents wield within private schools. Tosh, student. Tosh is a student whose behavior and family background occasionally draw attention within the school environment. His presence highlights the complex relationship between privileged parents and school administration. An SS2 student of Stardom School contesting for the post of social prefect with his classmate and opponent, Banky. Jide, grandchild of Bepo's landlord. Jide is one of the children living in the house owned by Bepo's landlord. His interactions with Bepo reveal the principal's warm and approachable personality outside the formal environment of the school. He and his sister were given 5,000 naira by Bepo. Kemi, grandchild of Bepo's landlord. Kemi, like Jide, contributes to the domestic environment around Bepo's residence. Her cheerful presence reflects the ordinary moments that balance the heavier themes of the narrative. White airline official. This airline official represents Bepo's first encounter with international travel procedures. The official's efficiency contrasts with the slower bureaucratic processes Bepo is accustomed to in Nigeria. Security personnel at the airport. The airport security personnel symbolize the strict protocols of international travel and the seriousness of crossing national borders. Their firm instructions remind travelers that migration is not merely a dream, but a regulated process. Mr. Ejimiko. Mr. Ejimiko is associated with the leadership of Bizwe Schools and represents another perspective on school administration and educational management. The director of Bizwe Group of Schools appears as another figure in the educational landscape. His role reflects the network of private institutions operating within the competitive education sector. He refused to change the name of the school from Bizwe Groups of Schools to Bizwe Group of School, claiming that the initial was divinely inspired. He was seen by Mr. Bepo performing a ritual within the school premises for which he claimed was part of special prayer for his later father. Immigration officer in Ibadan. This officer plays a role in processing documentation and verifying travel credentials. The interaction highlights the bureaucratic steps required before international travel can occur. NN officer. The NN officer represents Nigeria's growing emphasis on national identification systems. His role reminds readers of the numerous administrative steps involved in preparing for migration. White man in Bepo's dream. This mysterious figure appears in one of Bepo's dreams, symbolizing his subconscious anxieties and expectations about life abroad. The dream reflects the uncertainty surrounding migration. Banky, student. Banky is another student whose interactions contribute to the lively academic and social atmosphere of Stardom Schools. He insulted his opponent and his classmate, Tosh, by saying he is the son of an ex-convict. Mr. Ogunwale, Bepo's landlord. Mr. Ogunwale owns the house where Bepo resides. As a landlord and elder figure, he occasionally offers practical advice drawn from life experience. Chief David Aje, Tosh's father. Chief Oga is an influential parent whose social status commands respect. His presence reflects the power dynamics between wealthy parents and school administrators. He was kept in detention for 36 months, facing trials for misappropriation of government contract funds worth 2.5 billion naira. Justice Adewale, chemistry teacher. Mr. Justice Adewale is the chemistry teacher who concludes the assembly after Bepo's unexpected breakdown. His prompt action helps maintain order among the students. The vice principal appointed him to conclude the assembly after the principal broke down in tears. Mr. Oyelana, CRK teacher. Mr. Oyelana teaches Christian religious knowledge and contributes to the spiritual environment of the school community. Mr. Opwanda. Mr. Opwanda serves both as a physics teacher and a pastor. Because of his pastoral role, he is invited to counsel Bepo during his emotional crisis. His gentle encouragement reflects his spiritual perspective. Sometimes the burden we carry alone is lighter when shared. Nurse TT. Nurse TT is responsible for attending to the health needs of students and staff. She is among those who assist when Bepo experiences his emotional breakdown during assembly. Her quiet professionalism reinforces the school's support system during moments of crisis. In conclusion, although these characters occupy supporting roles, they collectively enrich the narrative world of the Lekki Headmaster. Through their interactions, the story reveals the complex ecosystem of a Nigerian private school: teachers, parents, students, administrators, and the broader society influencing them all. Together, they form the background against which the central drama of Bepo's leadership, personal struggles, and migration journey unfolds. Egbu Ikena. He is an SS1 student of Stardom School who narrated his experience of an excursion to Jos State, Nigeria during the assembly. Miriam. The chief speaker of the art opposition of the debate performed during Mr. Bepo's farewell ceremony. Chief William. He was a rich man who slumped and died, leaving his family in penury and unable to pay his 3 children's school fees for the next term. Sari. Sari, a nurse who has already relocated with their 2 children, insists that he join them. She represents both emotional separation and the promise of stability abroad. Her insistence that Bepo join the family creates the tension that culminates in his public breakdown at the school assembly. His prolonged hesitation has strained the marriage almost to breaking point. Sari therefore embodies the reality that migration is rarely an individual choice. It is a family negotiation shaped by distance, responsibility, and survival. Though physically absent, she remains central to Bepo's internal conflict. Nike. Nike, one of Bepo's children living in the UK, functions symbolically as part of the future he is being asked to secure. Her presence in the narrative highlights the generational dimension of migration. Parents leave familiar lives behind so their children can access better opportunities. The appeal of the British social system reinforces Bepo's concern for his children's welfare. In the UK, Bepo's children enjoy free primary and secondary education. Such differences strengthen his conviction that relocation offers his children a more secure future. Nike's character thus represents hope, educational opportunity, and the moral justification behind Bepo's painful decision. Kike. Kike, like her sibling, represents the emotional cost of separation as well as the promise of a safer life abroad. Though she does not actively participate in events, her existence intensifies Bepo's sense of duty as a father. The narrative underscores that migration is not merely economic, but deeply personal. He must trade the familiarity of Stardom Schools for a different life abroad, one centered on reunifying with his family and securing their future. Kike symbolizes the silent beneficiaries of migration, children whose well-being becomes the decisive factor in adult choices.